What's up, everybody? Welcome to Chris's Watch Movie Party. I'm Chris,
I'm Michelle.
and tonight we are finally watching Speed. Michelle, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good. I'm excited to finally watch this. We had a delay when we tried to watch this last time.
Yep, it's been a long delay too.
Yes.
Remember when we were going to watch it? I was out of town and the internet exploded. There
Yeah.
was no internet that morning.
And it had to happen half an hour before we started too, so.
Of course. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. But today I'm home and everything's ready.
Excellent. So let's get stuck on with it. 3, 2, 1, play.
Why can I hear the movie? My earbuds didn't connect. The right thing. Of course they didn't. Why would they? No.
I woke up during the night the other day and I was like, I just like this heaps good idea for a bloody stream. And do you think when I wake up in the morning, do you think I could remember it?
Of course not. Oh, that is so me. I would absolutely do that.
Yeah, I woke up and I was like, oh, that'd be bloody a good idea for like a theme week. And I was like, and then I woke up and was like, what the hell did I? What the hell was it? And I was like, oh well, it will come to me like throughout the day, and it never did.
It'll hit you another time. And you'll be like, why the hell did I want to know that?
I always forget how good bloody Dennis Hopper is until I watch this movie.
Oh, he's fantastic.
Have you seen the second one to this or just this one?
No, I didn't see this.
No, you didn't.
I couldn't come up with a good reason to watch it. I'll be right back.
No worries. Oops. I see we've got a few people in here. If you want to watch the movie along with us, just feel free to click this link here in the chat and it will take you to the movie. I'm just about to check something.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Chris,
Yeah, I can hear you.
can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
They were all so young in this movie. Chris, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, good. I think we have a delay again.
Oh, do we?
I think so.
Okay, so a little fun fact. This building they're actually in now is the same building used for Die Hard.
I knew that's what you were going to say. I didn't know that was true, but I knew when you started you were going to say Die Hard.
Well, I thought it was, but I just wanted to check my facts before I said it.
Nice.
Yeah, if we did our top 10 openings of a movie stream, I reckon this could so make a case to be in there. You can hear me, can't
Yes. I did acknowledge you. I guess I coughed at the same time.
you? Okay. Hot. I don't know why I had that line in my head the other week.
Shoot the hostage.
The whole scenario. Yeah, shoot the hostage.
We take them out of the equation. That doesn't sound very good either.
But this rooftop they're on now is a totally different building.
Huh. Well, that's different.
Don't fuck with daddy.
Did your movie just pause? Oh no.
Sorry?
My movie paused completely.
Uh. Is that okay now?
Yeah.
Did you happen to watch any casual movies last couple of days or anything?
We tried to watch Wakanda Forever, part of the Marvel
Okay,
thing,
yep,
because I'd never seen it, and it was terrible. Everybody says how
yep,
good it was. I did not enjoy that one. And that was about it. We were busy, and
yeah,
and they gave me a gummy. Actually, it was a piece of chocolate. So see
yeah,
how well that went last time. I was out for 2
yeah,
days like a potato. I had left all my medicine home,
yeah,
every bit of it, which is very bad. So I was in a lot of pain. So she's like, "Take this, you'll feel better."
yeah,
I felt better, all right. I was convulsing. It was crazy. I do not do well with things like that.
yeah.
But apparently I was very entertaining.
Yeah, I watched the original Tomb Raider today, and then I watched the 2018 one the other night.
Wow, I've not seen any of those. Not the biggest Angelina fan, so I skipped them.
Well, Alicia Vikander plays Tomb Raider in the second one, but it's sort of like a prequel. She's not quite Tomb Raider yet,
Mm.
and they were supposed to make another one, and then they bloody canned it.
Hmm.
Did Jeff Daniels do this first or Dumb and Dumber?
Not sure.
Let's have a look. Jeff Daniels. Oh, he did Dumb and Dumber after this.
Couldn't have been too long after. When's
Nah,
Dumb and Dumber? 94.
yeah. So he played Harry and Harry 2 movies straight.
Yeah. Oh, I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah, I was surprised when I saw Final Destination's Bloodline yesterday. The cinema was packed. And this was like 12:30 in the afternoon.
Huh. This says one more trivia. A producer realized they might have a hit movie on their hands when test audience members would walk backwards when they needed to go to the bathroom so they would miss as little as possible. That's pretty great.
Yeah.
Reeves did almost all of his stunts.
Yeah, I could always see that, but he always did his own stuff.
Let's check the feature. See what kind of times I have today.
Do you remember the Mythbusters episode about this movie?
What did they do?
Oh, they did like some of the stuff from this movie. I can't remember all of them, but I know one of them they redid the bus jump to see if it was actually possible.
I had to see it because I watched every episode since.
Yeah.
Okay, so today Bloodlines is only 7 o'clock and 9:20, and you know I'm not going in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
But I can go tomorrow at 1.
Nice.
I missed the accountant because of my elevated stature
Yeah.
while I was away.
Well, I do plan to do that one as soon as possible, but it's up to you whether if you want to watch it by yourself first or not.
What?
The Accountant, like 2 when it's out.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I can watch it first with you.
Okay, awesome.
Shoot the hostage.
Yeah, you fuck. He's gonna have a headache.
A little bit.
It's good going back now and watching like the old Keanu Reeves movies because these days everyone just thinks of John Wick.
Which I've not seen. I've seen parts of it, and all he does is like beat the shit out of people.
Yeah.
That just doesn't do it for me.
Well, when I saw Bloodlines yesterday, they showed the ballerina trailer again, and I was like, I just want to bloody go home and watch John Wick.
Did you have a half an hour of previews?
I wouldn't say half an hour. They showed 3 or 4 trailers, but the only thing is I've seen them all already.
Well, okay. Say 4 trailers, 2.5 minutes each. So that's only 10 minutes of trailers.
Yeah, they usually do.
Never been in the experience of having 30-minute trailers. don't know what the hell they're talking about.
I think they're including all the the advertisement stuff as well.
Oh, well, I get all that while I'm waiting. Put your cell phone away, go eat popcorn.
Yeah. That stuff doesn't bother me. For me, it's part of the movie experience.
Me too.
I think it'd get a bit annoying if you went to the movies like every day, but
Oh, sure. I can't remember the last time I was in a theater. Might have been Scream 6. It's been a minute.
yeah, when I was there yesterday, I was like, oh, well, after I see this movie, bloody, I won't be seeing anything at the theatre until July. How wrong I was.
I'll definitely see Mission Impossible. There's no way I'm missing that.
Yeah. I'll probably go on Sunday. I was going to go tomorrow, but there's a footy game on at midday tomorrow, so I have to watch that. That bus driver, he always reminds me of bloody Jay Leno.
Mm-hmm. I never even thought of that till now. Whoosh.
Yeah, whoosh.
Early daily dose of whoosh. Dude, they were vaporized. Oh, coffee's perfect today.
Yeah, I always think of this movie when I go to Los Angeles as well. Because of the end.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing I've never checked. I've never actually checked the payphone to see if there's actually like a number on there.
There is. There's a phone number.
There is?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's been like rumblings for years that Keanu Reeves would love to do another Speed.
Well, I would have watched the second one if he were in it.
He didn't like
And
the script, that's why he
I
didn't do
just
it.
I heard the second one wasn't that great.
It's
So
okay. I wouldn't rave about it. But it definitely doesn't. It's not as good as this, that's for sure.
there are no plot holes in this movie. Nothing. I think it's fantastic. I watch it randomly throughout the year.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the ones I watch when I get into a Keanu Reeves mood. I'll watch like this and Point Break.
I've never seen that one either.
That's a good one.
I like Devil's Advocate.
Yeah, I watched that a few months ago. I got in a bit of a what's his name? Al Pacino mood. I got gum in my
He
seat.
improvised this scene. The gum.
Yeah.
The back of the bus is empty. Why isn't anybody sitting back there?
Because people like to spread out.
I can't imagine driving in LA with all the traffic. I think I'd lose my mind.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see how much my mood would change.
I hate traffic.
Well, I'm not a big traffic person either, but I don't know why, but there's always a difference between like you being on public transport and someone else driving than you driving yourself.
Maybe. I have to drive to have a thing. This weekend I didn't drive. Heather did most of it, or this week.
Yeah.
I did a little. I took the dog for a pup cup and I took her daughter to an appointment, but
Yeah.
I didn't get to drive very much and I was freaking out about it.
Yeah. Yeah, because obviously going from Los Angeles to Anaheim, I've been in like Ubers and stuff, or like their public transport buses. And it's always been fine, but I think being behind the wheel of a car would be different.
I think so too. You'd sit there, put your earbuds in, and do whatever you needed to do and not worry about anything. I get
Yeah.
that. Yeah. And you figure it's got to be rush hour. Everybody's on the bus. They're all going to work. There's no way that highway actually looks like that in California.
No, absolutely not.
I imagine the highway never looks like that in California.
Well, certainly not this time of day, anyway.
Yeah.
Driving that carpool lane.
You get further faster. That dude's face is so strange. It's like Ron Perlman. Like he's still in the way back with his,
Yeah.
his everything. It's a short movie if he slowed down a little more.
Yeah. A little trivia from before we missed it. You know how he was first trying to get on the bus and he hit the door and it smashed?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that wasn't meant to.
I read that this morning. That's pretty neat. I'm glad they left it in.
What do you think? I'd be getting that car fixed and selling it.
At least he's still polite. Sir, I need to
Yeah.
take your phone. Apparently, I have a hole in my lip this morning.
I always thought that was always cool in America. Like they always had like the buffer waters.
Mm-hmm. They certainly work. I'm
Yeah,
sure it's still unpleasant, but it's definitely better than hitting that concrete barrier.
absolutely. I'm surprised we don't have them here. Sam got shot.
Sure did. Nobody heard that.
Speeding.
Reading. Anybody watching this with us besides me and you?
There's 3 people in here. I don't think there's anyone in the movie room though.
Did you
There's no
watch
one
the
in the.
movie the other night? Oh,
No, I haven't watched that. I haven't watched that yet. They didn't listen to us though.
I'm sorry.
They didn't listen to us though. When we did Patreon the other day, Jay asked us. He goes, "Oh, what time?" He goes, "Oh, what time do you prefer us to stream?" Because you know how they did that early one,
Mm-hmm.
and they said, "Oh," and Jay said, "Oh, I don't think it really works, so we should go back to our normal time at like 8 o'clock." But then they went early again anyway.
Right.
Yeah, I think Mike was in the toilet, and Jay goes, "Oh, what time? Like, do you prefer us to stream? Like, do you prefer us to do it early or 8 o'clock?" He even asked me, and I said, "Oh, 9:30 like works for me in the morning." So 8 o'clock your time, and then they ended up going early.
I don't understand the 6 o'clock thing.
Yeah, I'll probably have to watch that stream afterwards.
Yeah, I'll get around to it. I'll probably get annoyed and I'll turn it off. That's been happening more often than not lately.
Yeah. All I know, there's a new Superman trailer or something. That's all I really know about it.
I saw that. I know Mike did a Scream update the other day. Of course, I didn't watch. Excuse me.
What was that about? Let's have a look.
Driving is exhausting. Do you think so?
Oh, if you drive for a long time, yeah.
I drove for 5 hours yesterday,
Yeah.
and I got home and the girls were so excited. I mean, they scratched the crap out of me. I looked like I've been in a fight with Jason with all his
Yeah.
knives, and they were so excited, and they looked tired, like they had bags under their eyes. Poor puppies, because I'm sure they slept with Robbie, but it wasn't me, so they didn't sleep as well.
Yep.
So they were super tired. They slept like the dead last night, all of us. That's why I needed 5 extra minutes. I hit the snooze again. I lost count of how many times I snoozed it.
Yeah, that Scream 7 update, there was nothing really in it.
Good. Well, I wouldn't watch it anyway, but I really can't wait for it to come out. But I really want summer, so I'm not gonna push it. I want summer here. It's here. Yesterday was so humid.
Yeah, Matthew Lillard has done a couple of interviews. He was basically just talking about that, about how he's whatever he's doing he's whatever he's supposed to be doing is supposed to be a surprise until the trailer come out.
I
But
was
then they
hoping
knew that
to keep it a secret the whole
it was
time.
going to get blown anyway, so they just announced it.
Yeah, it's a good idea, I guess, but I wish there was some way that people wouldn't be assholes and just let the movie come out the way it's supposed to, and they could have hidden the fact that he was in it, and then even if he's only in it for 5 minutes at the end, going on that Stu's behind everything.
Yeah.
That they show him at the end, with this maybe a big murder board on the wall, like
Yeah,
how
yeah,
how he did it all, or something like that. Just
yeah.
that they could have kept it secret because that would have been mind-boggling. Just Stu at the end, you know.
Yeah.
But will suck legitimately, and that's that. Well, it's not in use, all right. Can you imagine? My God,
Yeah.
nightmare fuel right there. Pollen is crazy. Ugh. Everything is yellow or green, depending on how you look at
Yeah.
it. Like, ugh. I think I'm developing allergies because every year it gets worse. Chill if she puts her blinker on. Guess she doesn't want another ticket.
Yeah, and if something happens in Scream 7, which I have heard about, I believe that was probably the part that was supposed to be in the trailer. But we'll wait and see.
I don't even think I'm gonna watch the teaser. I'm gonna try really hard to avoid it all,
Yeah.
which is something Cameron would say in Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I'm gonna vomit.
Yeah.
I'm sick.
Yeah, this is the real 105 freeway. It wasn't finished yet. So they could use it.
That's handy. Yeah, don't call me ma'am. Weirdo. I know people say it, to be respectful or whatever, but God, it's a terrible word. Gigantor. I read that she really drove the bus, like, she took her test and everything.
Yeah.
Taking pictures. Although I would be too, because it was pretty awesome, but don't do it, lady. Wonder what this would be like if they made it now. I'm not saying reboot.
Probably not too good. They would have to.
Yeah.
I think they would have to get very good, two very good actors to do it. I think.
Yeah.
What's in the coffee today?
Chocolate.
Chocolate.
Chocolate flavor. I put a little extra in. It almost tastes like hot chocolate instead of coffee.
Yeah.
That's, like, my favorite line in the whole movie. And there's no way that they can talk like that on that highway going that fast. They're, like, whispering in each other's ears. He's like, "Get
Yeah.
in the road. It'll be okay. You gotta jump it." I'd smack the shit out of that kid. He's driving me nuts. Punch it, as they say. That's comforting. All the cops going, "Later.
Yeah.
Y'all on your own."
See, why didn't they go straight through that barrier and go in the higher one?
Right? Not as dramatic, I guess.
Yeah. It's just something I've always noticed.
I never really looked that close at that part, but you're absolutely right. I still feel my heart accelerating a little bit and my breath accelerating in this part, even though I know what happens. I've seen it 100
Yeah.
times. Like, holy crap, that's never gonna work. Like, never gonna work. And they make it by, like, what's the back of that bus? 10 feet?
Yeah.
Brilliant, Jack. That's brilliant. God for inner lining. Tube liners. Like the subway.
Yeah.
I've already seen the airport.
It would be true though. You're in that, you left somewhere and then you're on a bus, and then you're sort of back at the airport. You're like, well, I might as well just stayed at the bloody airport.
Yep. Build a rapport. It's just rude.
I would.
I don't know how far out of that door I would go. That one happened to that poor lady. Crazy idea number 2. I used to tell the boys that when they would leave the house when they first started driving, "Don't get dead or don't get
Yeah.
got." We have strange ways of telling each other that we love each other.
I would be buggered. I would cut the wire.
Just have to be real careful with the wire cutters. Why would anybody think that he was sitting at home waiting for them? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A little
It's the
troubling to
last
me.
place. Last place you'd be.
Right. Because you know they're going to figure it out. They're not stupid. Well, they are kind of for this part, but it's definitely not a good idea. That's dumb idea number 3.
Yeah, it didn't go off.
I know.
Did you read in the trivia that this role was Keanu Reeves' role was offered to Johnny Depp?
I did not.
Yeah. It would have been
Makes
an
me
interesting role
horribly
for him,
thankful
I
that
think.
didn't happen. Glad that didn't work.
He's near the LAX airport.
Bye, Harry. I'm like, when's he going to notice the wildcat thing? Because obviously it means something. At the time, of course, I didn't know what it meant.
Yeah. Arizona Wildcats.
Will of a madman. Isn't going to be too hard. The grammar Nazi that I am.
I think this would be one of our quickest movies we watched for a while. This movie's flown by.
It's flying by. I was thinking the same thing. No power steering in that thing.
I drove my mate's car once that didn't have bloody power steering. Gee, that was a bloody experience.
My friend's car in high school didn't have power steering. I was like, "What in the how do you drive this?"
I
It was
know.
unbelievable.
I've always driven cars with power steerings. Then he goes, "Oh, you want to drive my car one night?" And I went to drive around the first corner. I was like, "What the?" It was heavy, heavy as anything, and the car wasn't even. It wasn't even a big car either.
Me too. It was like a Ford Escort, and I
Yeah,
come in and I'm pulling and pulling and pulling, and I'm like, "What in the hell is wrong with this car?"
yeah.
Of course, I couldn't call her and say, "Something's wrong with your car." It was terrible.
Yeah. Whoosh.
That was an acceptable explosion.
Yeah, well, jet would have been bloody jet fuel bus, or wasn't much gas left in there.
Yeah, that was all the plane.
Yeah. Yeah, that plane and explosion would have been CGI these days.
Yeah, that would have been unfortunate. So does Jason Patrick play him? Does he play Jack in the second one?
No, he plays another. He just plays another cop.
Mm, okay. What?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, I swear I heard your voice in my head. I feel like he would have known because even if they couldn't get into the airport itself, the choppers would still be flying around the airport, and they would have seen that giant ball of flames and all the smoke that
Yeah,
went with it.
I think that it's just one of those movie things like the bridge.
Oh, right. I mean, I get it, but
Yeah,
he definitely would have seen that.
But in saying that as well, he might not have been in the place anymore, which where he was watching everything.
Well, no, he didn't notice. Oh, he did, because that's yeah, yeah. You're right. Because now he's going after her. Right. You're right. You're right. You're right. Yes. Yes. Very good. Not often you see sanitation putting stuff into cans. Well, no, he was there. He's just not paying attention. Because now he notices that woman moving.
Yeah, now he notices the bag. Fuck.
I can imagine the comments Harry would have if he didn't shoot her. Like if Harry were still alive.
Yeah.
You shot your partner, but you didn't shoot the hot girl.
And that train still looks exactly the same.
It's easier if you use both hands. There you go.
I love it how the LA subway system's on the ground.
Yours is not?
No.
Everybody's subway is underground here.
Is it?
New York, Chicago, all of them. Or not.
Lost his head.
Lost his head. The track isn't finished. Bet you he carries his key with him next time. Nothing works except the speed up button.
Yeah, the controller.
Bullet holes all over everything. That works. I guess the girls are still exhausted because halftime was missed.
Yeah.
She's just over there out cold. 203 days without a work related accident. Yeah. I think we can reset that timer.
I never noticed that before.
I used to be the risk and safety manager at the Red Cross. I notice all sorts of stuff like that.
Yeah.
OSHA violations in like every movie.
Oh, the old Chinese theatre.
I can't believe he hit my van. It's a subway. Hi. You're a little late today. Long week without infections, was it? Could be an interesting after-action report for his job. Well, what happened after you got out of the subway car? Well, we got talking about sex. We were making out. Oh, my goodness.
Very good. Love it.
Excellent. I love that movie.
All right, everyone. So that's
Not
the end
enough.
of the stream. And we're going to be back again tomorrow night to do... what are we doing? I forgot what it was now.
I don't know. It's the
I
first
did
time
have it. Broken City with Russell Crowe and Mark Wahlberg. Hope to see you there for that one. Night, everybody.
watching.